Okay, so I'm recording it. So welcome. Okay, so we'll pick it up where we stopped. So we stopped at how to post to persons that are owing. So now I want to switch to, let's go back to this. And also a brief thing I want us to look at. Let's go back to the dashboard. This is the dashboard. So for every time that you go to the dashboard, it gives you a quick overview of the activity happening in the restaurant. For example, you can see your hourly sales. You have this graph. Let us go to a day that has activity. Let me look for a day that has activity. Let me switch the calendar date. So as a manager, at any time you can look at the activities, how payments are being made and so on. This Friday there was no activity. Let me see 18th if there was. Okay, we can see this was the sales for that day. Then the payment were made between 5 and 8 o'clock. So the highest time they made payment, the highest sales came at about 6 o'clock. Now, I have a customer that when you look at this graph, you query the staff, why are you not selling in the morning? So I give you a target, 2 million from breakfast. So that's the essence of this thing. Now, here, this is your total sales. This is the total payment from 23 orders. This is the discount given. Here are 64 customers. 64 customers, when we're taking order the other time, I mentioned to us that you can take a pass, number of persons per table. That is where this is counting. And there was 4 void for that day. And all the transactions were from dining. There is no transaction from other outlets. Then from the bottom right here, we can see top selling item. The last time one of the customer called me wants to make an analysis of his sales and see what is not selling in his menu in the last 6 months so that he can knock it off, and what is selling so that they can improve on it. And if there are some that they can improve on the marketing or maybe look at the costing or production, maybe that's the reason it's not selling. So that's the essence we are having this report. So that is this at a glance. You can look at it weekly. If you give you just a weekly activity of that week, so we see this is in bar chart, we tell you, okay, this week, this is how much we are making, and this week, this is how much we made. So there's a huge gap between this week and this week. So that is that in a glance. Any question? Hello?
Sorry, the top selling. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The top selling items. Can it also show for the week
Yes, it
or
can show
just
for the week.
for
Look at
the
this one now,
average?
it's for the week. We change this report now, not from hourly to weekly. And we see that what was sold the most for the week is tequila, and it's 48. So it sold at 3,005. So you made 160 something on tequila for the week. You can check it for the month. There's a report. We'll go back to it. Now, let us from here now jump to report before. Hello, I'm listening. You can mute your mic if where you are is noisy so that we don't interrupt the class. So you can hear us clearly. So we are back for the dashboard. From the dashboard, you click on report. On this report, you can check almost maybe 110 reports. But there's a section of it we will not touch now until we deal with inventory, which is the last two here, this inventory and stock. But every other thing here, you can work, you can check it. So this is menu item sales details. You know, your cashier, waitresses, they will come and give you different dockets every day. Sometimes they may make mistake or not give you completely. From here, you will be able to see every docket and what was on each docket, what was sold during auditing. So if I click on menu item sales details, it will show me every menu item sold in details. But here will only show me in summary. So let's look at the difference. So I'll click on this. I'll say report, you give the day. If you choose, Madam Cole used to ask me to send it every month. So if you have your login now, you can see from 1st to 31st. You want to see what the sales was, menu item. This will be in detail to come very bulky. Are we together? So I'll click on report here. So it will display. It will switch it to the other screen. So are you seeing it?
Yes.
Okay. It's trying to come up. Adamko, are you there, man? Have you seen it? This is the details. It gives dates. It tells you this is the order on this receipt number on this time, tonic water one paid. That's how you see it. So you can also see it here by summary. The summary will not show you all those receipt number and whatever. Let us see the summary report. This is a summary report. It will display everything that you need to see in a summary form. So if you have access to this, you may tell them not to necessarily print this in every time. Don't waste ink and paper. Madam Ko, are you there? That's the summary. Now let's look at that report you can check. You can check complimentary menu, food that are sold on complimentary. Just put the date you have in mind. Then this is sales report. Sales report, you can see sales details. This will not show you everything, to just show you payment type and so on. And in summary, sales report, let's look at it so that we don't waste time. We are taking from 1st to 31st. So this is your sales report for the month. This is details. It will show you the receipt number and everything. Have you seen it? So this is all your sales with their dates. And it's page 1 to 2. If you wish to save it, you click on save and save it as PDF or as Excel. So you can, if Excel is easier for you for analysis, so be it. And if you are using an accounting software, we can integrate it to filter to your accounting software so that it will make your work easily. Hello?
I'm with you.
Okay. So that's that about report. The top selling report that you mentioned is here. So let's check it for, let's say, from the last 2 months. Let's say from 1st July. Are you there, Mr. Shea? Let's check
I'm
it.
with you. I'm with you.
Let's check the top selling item. You will see it here. This is your top selling item. Top selling item, yes. Have you seen it? Tequila shot. You have sold one of
Okay.
five shots in the last 2 months, and it's a little bit above 500,000, followed by Asun, and so on and so forth. This is your top selling item. The first, I think this is top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get it? So you can also
Okay.
see list selling item within a period you have in mind. Hourly sales, cashier report. This is all those guests do print to submit in relative to the report that we look at here. I hope I'm not too fast.
No, I'm with you.
Okay. So the next report that you would like to see may be from the audit report, back office report. Here in back office report, you can see the various payment type, settlement details, people that pay with cash and so on. You will see the statistics there. All the various payment type. Let's see for last Friday now I want to see. So the moment you have your login, either the email report comes or not, you can easily have this report. These are the various payments for that day. There was cash and there was bank. This is physical cash. The bank was UBA, the payment that was made for Friday. And also, you can see the summary. You can see payment details. You can see discount. Also, if you want to check the discount, you want to see city ledger details. Those accounts that I told us the other time, how to know people that are owing and how they are paying. You want to see the activity. You may want to see it for maybe yesterday. Let's see. Accounts. Just like to, if you click on select all, it will show you everybody's debt. Have you seen it? This is their opening balance, how much
Yes.
they are owing, and so on. You will see everything there. And as they are paying, you'll be seeing it. Okay. I think we have dealt with reports, right? Uh, if you audit, then another thing you need to look at is you can very critical. that you need to analyze or audit for the auditor is void reports. You want to see it so that you get to know why are they voiding. You get to see void order and void items. It's very important, and void charges. So that if they know that you are spot checking them, everybody can be careful of what they do. Now, next, let's switch now. I think extensively, we have dealt with this one. We don't have anything to do here. So eventually we'll touch on it if we have time. So let us switch to the back so that where we can carry out few controls. Now, to switch to the back, you click here, your name. Are you with me?
Okay.
Your name, you click on switch to back. Then there, you will you will see that the structure is divided into 4 columns. The first column, you may not meddle with it at all because this with, what do we call it? Setup and other programming, except for one or two things you can relate with them. So number one thing you can work with here is account, how to create account. You use this same tool to create account for vendors and for debtors. For vendors, that's people that are supplying you. You create their account. Then people who are owing or people who have facility to owe or to make deposits so that if they are buying from your restaurant, you'll be expensing from what they have kept with you. To do that, you click on this plus icon and say, put the person's name. For example, we can create, let me see, I have account here. Okay, let me create account, my company's name. Which one should we do now? I don't want to put things out here. Okay, let's do test. I think we've created test before. Let's say test account. I can remove it. Hmm? If you create it, you put the contact
Okay.
person's name, Mr. You put the name, Mr. Test. Hmm? Now, if you want to make it to have a limit, you don't want this person to owe you more than 500,000, you click here. You click here and define the limit. When you get to that limit, the person cannot owe you more than what you have defined. But if you want to leave it unlimited, you uncheck it. You get? So when you are done, you put the person email address, phone number, and the rest, and save it. That's how to create an account. But before you save it, this is what the button here, these two, differentiates it. If it's a supplier account you are creating or you are creating a city ledger. If it's a supplier account, for somebody that supply you put in, for example, if the name is test, you put it there and click here. This is a supplier. But if it's for a guest to owe you or a chairman's account, whatever, you click on this city ledger. Is it copied? When you are done, you save. As simple as that. So creating of
What
account.
about the sorry, what about the pin?
How about the pin? The pin is if you want to lock it, but don't lock it. David, don't lock it because if they want to post to it, don't worry, nobody can alter it because
Okay.
your staff at the front end don't have access to it. Now, creating of account is
Okay.
really the responsibility of the accountant or managers as your company deems it necessary because if you ask them to, if they can create an account, there's possibility they just post something to one account, they create it and they will just go. You, before you audit it, maybe it's a huge money, they've made a way for it, they are gone, particularly if it's a cash paying customer. So that's why it's your job to do. So that's how to create an account for both supplier and also for a customer. When you're done, you save it. But I'm not creating this, I'll cancel it. Then no charge. You can create a no charge for your various officers, maybe GM, manager, chairman. And let's say you want to create for chairman, you put his name there. Then it's Mr. or Mrs. You put their name. Limit. Let's say the limit is that daily limit. You want him to eat that the food he can eat free daily, maybe it's 20K and 3. When you are done, you save it. So these are a way of giving complimentary meals to administrative staff that are approved. So if that is approved, we'll create it. Then what other things? So that's all. Your issue of taxes, I've not gotten your taxes. It's good you communicate it so that we'll create it, but it's quite tricky, so we'll handle that ourselves. Then this column is where I needed the attention of the what do we call it? The head of F&B, the guy in the bar, that is their head, and also floor supervisor, manager, and you people that I have. So if you have a new menu, to create a new menu is very simple. You will click on item. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We'll click on item. We click on the plus icon. From the plus icon, the item name. Let's say it's Coke, or let's say it's Benson, for example. Benson switch. How do you spell that? You think so? Benson switch. Now, the category is tobacco and co, right? These are very critical. The critical area, because if you don't follow it like this, it will mess up the system. They will tell you they can't find it. And if you are doing accounting at the end of the day, your report comes, you would be. So let's see under smoke. So I have this. Then you move color, how it appears. This one is insignificant. Then here, very critical. So it's a menu item. You see it in the menu under tobacco and smoke. And here is smoke. You add. Forget about the fourth. There's one. Then the price. I don't know. Let's say per pack is 2,500. I don't know how much they are selling it. I'm not sure you said. Don't click on
No.
open price, because if you do that, meaning that they can alter your price. Don't do that. Then tax. If tax is set up, you define it from here and select the tax. You have not set it up, but it's good you let me know. Accountant, give me this feedback so that I can work on it. Then the next
Okay.
thing you do, very critical also, you have to, don't uncheck this two, leave it as it is. You come to the kitchen printer and select KOT is for food. BOT is for bar. Some places have a very big place. They have printer for shisha separate. They have printer for grill, like you are planning to have. So we'll create it now. KOT means kitchen order ticket. BOT means bar order ticket. So you point it accordingly. But in this case, let's just point it to bar. You understand? After you've done all
Okay.
this, you click on save. That's how to create an item name. Now, but if there's an item that you have created and you want to change maybe the price, you click on this icon that looks like pen to edit. So you come, you navigate to where you want to edit, you change the price. After changing it, remember to click on edit. You are done. But once an item is created and that item has a transaction history, you cannot void it. What you can do, if you don't want it to appear on your menu again, is to click on this green button to make it inactive. You will get that. Hello?
Come again. I don't.
I say
Yeah, come
when
again,
an
please.
item is created and it has a
Okay.
transaction history, you cannot delete it
Okay.
again. You can only make it inactive. Why? Because if in
Okay.
10 years they choose to audit the year one of the hotel so that that data will not be lost. You get it? So that's why you cannot
Okay.
void any item. You can't delete any item that you have created that has a transaction history. So that's that about this. The next thing you work with at this back end at this instance, because we have not done inventory training, is how to add staff name. You click here, you add, you click on plus. It's on the fourth column from setting. Please make sure that it's only these things I told us to do. Except as we progress in next, I'll tell us what to do so that we don't fiddle with the software and it start misbehaving. So you click on the fourth column, you will see a user that has an icon of a human head. Then you click on the plus, give the username, the the person's name here. The username must be minimum of 5 characters. The person will enter his password and PIN. Then, if a person want the person to have a waiter's name, you put it there. Then you come here and select the privilege you want to give to the person, cashier, whatever, hostess. You assign it accordingly. After that, the outlet it goes down, and here the discount. There are various discount created. If you want him to have privilege, you put it there. When you are done with that, email address of that person is compulsory. Then you click on save. Is it clear?
Okay.
Hello? Is that copied?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Then lastly, also, you can edit person's name if there's mistake with the spelling. It's just to click on the pen icon, same as like we did during the item. And also for every person also who have used the software to carry out or initiate one or two transactions, that person's name cannot be voided but can be made inactive. Then that brings
Okay.
us to the end. Except the only thing that we cannot start now, that I would love to start afresh on a new meeting, is inventory. But I wish the store guy and others are here so that we can treat this inventory. But I mentioned to you that I will send the inventory template. So are there
Yeah.
questions based on what we have done today? If there is, let us ask and use the few minutes remaining in this session to treat it. Then we can maybe schedule a day. We will look at the inventory together and probably look at setting it up for the guy. Questions? Madam Ku? Madam Ku? Hello? Mr. Sheyi? All good?
I'm with you.
We are good?
Yes. Yes. I'm good.
Okay,
Yes.
excellent. So we can draw the curtain here, right? So the, what do we call it? When the, what do we call it now?